Today I'm taking you inside my local Goodwill to go thrifting with me to try and find items to resell on Poshmark. So I am technically a full-time Poshmark reseller, and I obviously need items to sell to make money on. So let's see what we can find. We're starting off with the shoes, and the very first pair that stuck out to me were these little rip and dip cat slip-on sandal or sneakers, I guess. And these are that little cat that like flicks you off, and I thought it was pretty funny, but the comps were like kind of all over the place. There was one that was a kid's pair listed for $25, and then there was an adult pair that one person had for $70. But other than that, I had no idea what they would sell for. These I was looking at for myself, and I thought they were really cute, but then I remembered that Dr. Scholl's, I had a pair before, and it like cut into my feet, so I didn't end up picking those up. This was a pair of Circus by Sam Edelman little platforms, and Goodwill wanted $18 for those, and the comps didn't look that great, so I ended up leaving those behind. When I'm thrifting, I check the brand on every single item before I even look at the style of the item, and this next find I was really excited to find. So this is a pair of knee-high Timberland boots, and I did find a comp on Poshmark that was sold for around $95. I was really excited about that. Goodwill did mark these up. They were like $20, but I figured if they do sell for $95 or even like $50 or something, I'd be happy with that, doubling my money on it. These are a pair of Vince Camuto little boots. Goodwill wanted $25 for these, and the comps were definitely not there for that. I sat here for a minute trying to figure out what the brand was on these because I could not read it. There was no brand on the bottom, and I was like, whatever, just move on. The rest of these were just kind of basic like Target brands or just brands that were not going to sell for a lot of money. Those little cow heels were kind of cute though. These, for some reason, my brain just like blanked on them. They were Ben Sherman shoes. That's just like a basic brand. I don't know why I got stuck up on those. Then I found these little Clarks, and when I saw the tag on the bottom, I was like, oh, interesting. But these don't actually sell for that much. Then I found these Crocs. I thought these were funny. And I mean, honestly, some styles, like you never know how much they're going to sell for, but those were not that great. Then I found these Allbirds, which I was so excited about. You could tell I was like looking at them, and I was like, they only want 12 for these? Oh my goodness. I was just so excited. I've never found Allbirds thrifting. I accidentally did send a low offer on these ones, so I actually did not make that much. That was my fault though. I just did like the my bundles, didn't realize I was sending 40% off on to those, like someone that had liked those. So those definitely would have sold for more, but they did sell within 2 days. I got my money back and then like a couple dollars. So now we are moving on to clothes, and this was the first piece that I found. I don't really sell this particular brand. I had no idea what it was, and I'm trying not to do things based on style, but I thought that was so cool with like the detail to it. And basically I just flipped through every single item here. You can see I literally just missed a brand new tag, BCBG, but I cannot move BCBG for my life, so I skipped on that. Plus Goodwill, this Goodwill marks things up to like between $8 to sometimes even $35, so that was just something like even if I could only get it for like $5, I was not gonna buy. Thrifting is definitely like trying to find a needle in a haystack. How I do things is I flip through every single item, literally thousands of items, and I look at only the tag because that's like the main thing that I care about. So I flip through until I find a decent item. So here I saw a Zara tag. Zara sells pretty well for me, but they wanted $10 for this random shirt. Zara sells well, but not that well. And then here I was showing you, it's a Lily Pulitzer cardigan. They wanted $15 for it, but it was snagged all over the place. The back was so bad too. Like the back had way more snags on it as well. So I put that one back and just kept flipping through. Once I find a tag that's a brand that I know will sell well, then I'll look at the actual item and see if it's a good style, if there's any flaws. Here I found an Athleta like V-neck. For some reason, I cannot sell Athleta. I don't know if anyone else is like this. I keep picking it up because for so long I could never find it. So I was really excited, to actually find a piece, and I just purchased another piece the other day, but they wanted $8, and I figured there was nothing really special about this piece. It was not necessarily a substantial piece, so I put that one back. This is by the brand Cozy, which I had never heard of. So I was kind of curious about this one, and since it was brand new with tags, I decided to look it up. My boyfriend was, you could see him in the back there, that's funny. He was with me for this trip, so he was helping me actually like be behind me kind of, and I'd tell him a brand and he would take a photo of it with his phone, try and look it up with like the Google image search, or just go on Poshmark and try and see if it would be a good item for me. That one ended up not being a great item. It's just like a random brand. This thing confused me because it was a Foxcroft like sweater, which is why I paused, because I've sold that brand before and it was okay. But the other thing on the hanger was a Lovers and Friends romper. That brand is kind of all over the place for comps. If you could find like a more substantial piece, like a jumpsuit, that would sell for more money. This was just like a little romper, and I ended up, regardless of even checking the comps or whatever, they wanted $8. I just passed on it because it was a white item, and I just hate taking photos of white items because I have a white background and it just is annoying. So this I thought was really cute. It's just a laundry by Shelly Siegel. I don't know how to say it. Little blouse. I thought it was really cute, but those don't really sell for a lot, so I passed. This was a little Columbia thing, but it did have the embroidery detail, so I passed on that, and we're moving over to the dresses. Just filmed another video that was a thrifting video a couple days ago. I went to the same exact Goodwill, and oh my goodness, like the difference in the pieces that I found is insane. But that video will be coming out as my next video. And it's just crazy, like depending on the day that you go and the time that you go, the items that you end up finding. So this haul was kind of like a mid haul. You know, I did find a couple of good pieces, but the other one I found like so many amazing pieces. This, I was kind of surprised to find. Roller Rabbit's kind of iffy for me. I have like one top that I have multiples of from them. But this was only $10, and those I'm struggling to move those a little bit. I've only sold a couple of them, but this was a brand new with tags dress, and I figured the dress was a more substantial piece. It was only $10, new with tags, in perfect condition, so I decided to pick that up and give it a try. I went through the rest of the dresses, and I only ended up finding 2 more dresses. So here's an overview of what our cart is looking like, and we are headed to the checkout. This trip, I ended up spending a little more than $90, and next we are headed over to the Salvation Army. This was my first time here, actually, as crazy as that sounds. The first thing that I found was this Abercrombie & Fitch. I don't know if it was a top or a bodysuit, but they wanted $4.99 for it, and it did end up having a stain, but Abercrombie & Fitch does sell pretty well for me. I was sitting there trying to figure out what this dress was, because there's the Sleeping on Snow brand from Anthropologie, and the tag for some reason was just reminding me of that, but it ended up not being that, so I just moved on to the next item, trying to find something else. Then I found this brand new tag, Intimately Free People. I'm pretty sure they wanted $3.99 for this, but I decided to pass because it was brand new with tags, but the retail was only $28, and it did have a couple snags on it, so I just decided it wasn't really worth it because of the snags. You could see a couple of them there, and it was just like a lower end item. Thrifting is definitely a numbers game, so the more items you can get through, the higher the chance you have of finding an actually good item. I did find a couple of Nike pieces. I try to stay away from Nike really, unless I can get it super cheap. And this piece I ended up looking up because it did feel like a nicer quality piece from Nike. Did ultimately end up passing on that. Then I was really excited because I found this Diane von Furstenberg sleeveless blouse. This one had a couple small flaws, but I did end up picking it up regardless. For some reason though, I don't know what it is, like trying to check comps on this, they were all over the place, but it seemed like a majority of them were like $20. And $20 for Diane von Furstenberg I feel like is absolutely insane. So I can't believe the price has really kind of plummeted on those. This I had never heard of, but the tag looked expensive to me, so I just decided to have my boyfriend look this up. These, I'm not fully sure of the brand because I only barely looked it up, but it's Banjul, and it seems like depending on the piece, you can get between like 20-ish up to like 40, even some pieces were listed even higher. But because of the range and then not being familiar with if the brand actually sells, I didn't really want to chance it. I've never actually found Diane von Furstenberg thrifting before, so to find 2 pieces in one trip, I was really excited, but this one had stains all over it, so I ended up leaving this one behind. Alright, so I'm home now. It's actually been a couple of days, but I figured I would do the haul portion of this video and show you what I bought. Some of the things that I probably should not have bought. I'm trying to get out of that where I don't necessarily need items right now, obviously, unless I'm going to make like money on it. So some of these I bought, probably should not have bought. And then I also, some of them I don't have because I think at least one of them already sold, and some of them I have listed, they're like in my inventory system already. So I'm not going to like pull them out just to be able to show you, but I'll pop a picture up on the screen. All right, so I'm going to go through some of the items. So one of the first things that I bought was this little Patrons of Peace. I was actually going to see if it would fit me, but we're just going to, I already listed it, so we'll see if it sells. It's a really cute little like maxi dress type thing. Let's see if I can actually move this stuff. All right, next we had this cute little silk cami top, and it's by the brand Equipment. So this thing, these actually, like the tank tops actually sell for a little bit less now, but I think I listed this for like 20 something. It'll probably end up selling for like 20 to 25 on that one. Equipment, I think it's just certain pieces, and I think it's also a little bit saturated right now. This is by the brand Diane von Furstenberg. This is a size 4 on this one, and it does have a couple little pulls like throughout it, but they're very like small. Like I can't even see, like here's one right here. It's very, very, very small. So I ended up picking it up anyway. It was also very cheap. And this one I think is going to go probably for the same amount there. I don't know why everything is like going for like 20 to 25. I think those brands are just too saturated right now. This one was really nice actually, and I was kind of surprised with the comps on this. This is by the brand Madewell, size extra small, which I was surprised on. And it's just like a cute little sweater. It has these cool sleeves that are like tiered. And I saw a similar one listed for like $40-ish, and it was it ended up where people were like commenting on the listing asking if it was still available and all of that. So I'm pretty hopeful with this. Hopefully it'll sell for around $30. I always take offers in my closet, so just because it could sell for more doesn't necessarily that I will mean that I will sell it for more. This one's a little Nike tee. I don't know what it was, but I could not leave this behind. I thought it was like so cool with this little embroidery thing on it. After putting it under the light, unfortunately the light reveals literally everything, and it did have a couple teeny tiny spots that I did not notice. It's really hard to notice in thrift store lighting, so I'm trying not to beat myself up over that. This one is again Nike size large. I just thought it was so cool that I just had to get it. So that's this one. Probably sell for like between 10 to 15. Should not probably have bought that, but I'm learning here, okay? Still. This one was by the brand Intimately Free People. It's a size large, a good size. Putting it under the light, I noticed like small flaw. And then also, I don't know why they put their stupid tags on like the collar, because it leaves like this microscopic little hole that drives me nuts. So this one, I don't know how much it'll sell for. Probably, I think I listed it for 25, so hopefully it'll sell for, I don't know, 15 to 20. This one I should not have picked up, probably. Same with a couple of those, but I was just kind of, you know, excited there. This one I learned after listing it. I thought it was so cute. I was just kind of like happy because it was like a Disney item. They had a few Disney items, and I've been selling Disney items recently, so I was a little bit too excited about this one. Evidently this tag, where it's like the Disney type thing, is sold at Target. So this looks like it'll probably only sell for between 10 to 15. I think I only listed it at 15. So this is definitely not something that I would recommend getting. Maybe if you get it at the bins or something, but not the best item there. And then this item I listed, I think for like 30 to 35. The comps are like all over the place. But it is by the brand Brooks Brothers. It's a size 4. This tag was like sketching me out though. I don't know why. I don't remember how much I listed this one for, but again, it'll be popped up on the screen. This one I listed a little bit lower because it did have on the back of the collar, there's like a tiny little spot, and like the tiniest spot ever on the cuff, the sleeve cuff there. So that's this one. If it was in a little bit better of a condition, I guess I probably would have listed it higher, but I think that one will probably sell. I'll probably take an offer for like 25 bucks. So that's that one. It is a little bit darker over here, so I apologize for that, but these are a pair of Toms. And when we looked these up, they looked like they'd sell for between like 60, maybe a little bit less than that. And I think I listed them for like 40. But these are really cute little Toms, like leopard wedges there. I also picked up, you guys saw in the video, these Timberlands. Those, I don't know how much they'll sell for, but they already have a couple likes on them. So I'm pretty hopeful that they will move quickly. And then I also picked up these Cole Haans, which after purchasing them, I should not have purchased them. I think I paid like $12 or $13 something. It depends on the style of Cole Haan. These I definitely should not have picked up. I don't know kind of what got into me. I think I was just kind of like, I felt the need to buy something, you know? And that is something that I'm trying to get away from because I don't need stuff right now. I need stuff that I can make money on. So that's something I'm trying not to beat myself up for, but I'm trying to work on at the same time. So that wraps it up for this video. This was my first like thrifting video, and I do resell clothes basically as my full-time job. So if you're interested in more things about that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And I actually have a couple more videos coming up soon. So thank you for watching.